Hello everyone. Today I am with the topic mensuration part 5. So in this part of the mensuration we are going to discuss about the conversion of solids. For example, suppose I have a cylinder and I have melted it first, then recast this cylinder, suppose in three equal cones. So I have shown this thing here. This was the cylinder previously I had, and I melted it, and whenever I have a molten material, then I recast that material into three equal cones. So what is the theme and concept in this? The concept is volume of one cylinder will equal to volume of three cones. So this is the basic of conversion of solid. Whenever you are converting one solid to the number of solid or a one solid, then the volume of these two will be equal. That is, volume of the previous solid equal to volume of the recasted solid. This is the concept. And in most of the question we will use this formula. Like here we have got three cones, that is three numbers of cones. So how can I find number of smaller solid? So number of smaller solid will be volume of the bigger solid divided by volume of the one smaller solid. So this will be the formula we will use. Volume of the bigger solid divided by the volume of the smaller solid will give you the number of smaller solids. Like in this, volume of the cylinder divided by the volume of one cone will equal to 3. So this concept we will use in the question. So this is the theme of the topic. Now coming to the questions. See question number 1. In this question it is given that a solid metallic hemisphere, this is showing with the blue shade, hemisphere of radius 8 centimeter is melted, this is melted, and recast into a right circular cone, the green one, right circular cone of base radius, this is 6 centimeter. So determine the height of the cone. This height we have to find. So what concept we will use? Volume of this hemisphere will equal to volume of this cone. So this is what we are going to do. So this is the concept. That is, volume of the cone will be equal to volume of the hemisphere. So what is the formula for cone? 1 by 3 pi r square h. So because I have taken r2 radius of the cone, so I have put r2, and h is the height of the cone. So this is the volume of the cone. And what is the volume of the hemisphere? This is the formula, 2 by 3 pi r cube, and r1 is the radius. R1 is the radius of the hemisphere. So by reducing the calculation, I have cancelled out 3 with 3. These 3 will be cancelled, and pi will also be cancelled. So now we will left with r2 square h equal to 2r1 cube. Now we are substituting the value. So what is the value of r2? It is given in the cone that r2 is equal to 6, so 6 square. Then r1 is already given of the hemisphere, that is 8. So by substituting all the values, we have got h is equal to 28 whole 4 by 9 centimeter. So this way we have calculated the height of the cone. So it was very easy question. Now come to question number 2. In this question it is given that a hollow sphere, it means this time sphere is not solid, it is hollow. It means it is empty from inside. This is the thickness. This is the thickness of the sphere. Of internal and external diameters. Diameters are given. So internal radius will be 2 and external radius will be 4, and it is shown in the diagram. So R1, that is external radius, half of the 8, 4, and R2 is the internal radius, half of the 4, that is diameter 2. So this solid is given. Now this hollow hemisphere is melted and recast into the cone. So into a cone of base diameter 8 centimeter. So its base diameter is 8 centimeter. So what would be the radius? 4. So find the height of the cone. So we have to find the height of the cone. So same theme we will apply, that is volume of the solid cone. This will be the equal to volume of the hollow sphere, that is this volume. Now you have to remind the formula of hollow sphere, 4 by 3 pi r cube. In place of r cube we will take r1 cube minus r2 cube, where r1 is the external radius and r2 is the internal radius. So we'll apply the formula for the cone, 1 by 3 pi r square h is equal to 4 by 3 pi r1 cube minus r2 cube. So this way we can cancel pi by 3 to pi by 3. So we have reduced the calculation. Now we are substituting the value. R of the cone is already given 4, h we have to find, and 4 is here, and this was the external radius, this is internal radius. Now after calculating, I have got h is equal to 14 centimeter. So height of the cone is 14 centimeter. Here we have the answer. So similarly, now coming to the third question. It's very interesting question and very important in the board exam. Many times I have seen this question in the exam, in the board exam. So what is the situation in this question? Please listen carefully. A vessel is in the form of an inverted cone. This is the vessel shown. This is the vessel. Now is filled with water to the brim. So this is completely filled with the water up to the brim. Now what happened? Up to the brim, its height is 20 centimeters, so height is given, and diameter 16.8, so radius will be 8.4, so radius is given. Now what happened? Two equal solid cones shown by red one, two equal cones, equal cones are dropped into it, so that whenever these two cones will drop into it, so water will flows out. I have shown water will be flows out because it is already filled up to the brim, and when you drop these two cones into the bigger cone, then the water will overflow. So this is the water of the overflow. So what is given in the question? Two equal solid cones are dropped into so that they are fully submerged. As a result, this is important to note, 1/3 of the water, that is the 1/3 of this volume, 1/3 of this volume, water in the original cone overflows. So what is the volume of each of the solid cone? So now what would be the strategy? First of all, we have to know that what was the volume of the water in the initial stage, that is volume of the water in the cone. So we will apply the formula of the cone, that is 1/3 pi r square h. So 1/3 pi, this is the radius, this is the height, and I am not solving here only, I will solve it at last. So keep these things as it is. Now it is given in the question that volume 1/3 of the water flows out. So this was the volume as above, and 1/3 of this, that is this volume, is flows out. So this is the overflowed water. So this is 1/3 of the total volume, that is. And you know why this water flows out? Because we have dropped some cone. So 2 into volume of one cone, 2 into volume of one cone will be equal to this overflow water, that is this volume. Because this water flows, why? Because of these two volume. So volume of these two cone will equal to this water. So 2 into volume of each cone, or you can say volume of two cones, is equal to the water flows out. So this way, by dividing 2, I can find volume of each cone. So after calculating, you can check, you can verify, this will be the answer. This will be the volume of one cone. So now coming to the last question. In this question, it is given that a metallic sphere of radius 10.5, this is the sphere, and its radius is given, I can write, that is 10.5 centimeter, is melted. So now it is also melted. It is melted and recast into a smaller cones. So we don't know how many cones are there. So it is melted and recast into smaller cones. So I suppose n number of cones. So we have to find how many cones. So I have told you the formula in the beginning. I want to show it again, that number of smaller solids will equal to volume of the bigger solid upon volume of the smaller solid. So we will apply the same strategy. So you know, number of cones will be volume of the sphere. So it is the bigger one equal to volume of each cone. These are the smaller one. So volume of the sphere, the formula 4 by 3 pi r cube. This is the radius, and volume of each cone 1 by 3 pi. Radius of the each cone is given. So 1 by 3 r square, and height also given of the cone, each cone. So this way, after calculating, you know, pi by 3 cancel. After calculating, you will get 126. That it means that whenever this sphere is melted and recast, then 126 such cones will be made. So with this part of the mensuration, I have completed the mensuration. That is, in 5 parts I have done this topic, mensuration. So I hope you are understanding all my videos. So thank you for your love and keep watching my videos.